Women are all the same. They misunderstand men. They say they want something serious, but they are not even serious themselves. Those are the comments that I saw frequently on my previous YouTube channel. Many men are angry at women, and that creates a genuine gender war. But what is the real problem behind this? Behind the fact that 63% of men under 30 are single. And what can you do to find love again? I am Koloina, a dating strategist, on mission to help you escape the modern dating matrix designed by society. So there are at least two problems behind that gender war. The first one is you point at the wrong enemy. The real problem is not women, and it's not men. It is society pitting men against women. Because when you believe that a whole gender is the source of all your problems, of your celibacy, then you resign and you stop dating altogether. Which benefits a handful of people, the top 1%. Because when you stay single, you don't fulfill yourself in that dimension of love, though you were created for it, to love and to be loved. And so you stay lonely, miserable, and vulnerable, which makes you easier to control. So your long-term singleness is the foundation for bigger power struggles. The second reason the top 1% benefit from your singleness is when you feel lonely, you profit to the economy. Because when you are missing that special someone in your life, you seek emotional comfort through distraction. You either work more, you become a workaholic, or you consume more, you spend more. You do solo restaurants, solo movie theaters. I know this. You use dating apps. You have compulsive shopping carts. Maybe you pay for a gym membership because maybe eventually you will meet like-minded people there. You buy a feeling to compensate, and that is profit. Profit is power. So what to do to exit that gender war and find your person? The first step is understand this. That gender war is on purpose. Okay, you are manipulated. So stop mistaking your enemy. The real danger, the real enemy is not her. It is modern society and culture that shapes your perception of the opposite sex so you don't comprehend each other, which leads to division, to a lack of connection and singleness. When you understand that, your guard falls down and you can start trusting and dating again. The second problem that builds mistrust between men and women, that separates us from each other, feeds that gender war, and keeps us single, is that you've been in multiple and or in long-term relationships that all ended badly. So your brain has collected evidence that love and women suck. That is the confidence-competence loop I applied to love relationships. I am the only dating coach in the world that tells you this. What happens is that you have generalized all your past experiences to the whole gender. If Susan cheated on you, then all women cheat. If Alice has ghosted you, well, other women may do it too. And if it went wrong with all your exes, then it won't work with anybody anymore, and all women are bad. Like, do you realize those narratives that play in our mind and that keep us stuck? So there are 3 ways to get out of here. And the first one is understand that cognitive bias, that neuroscience that prevents you from dating again. Those narratives are simply your brain doing its own thing of overgeneralizing to protect you, okay? Because it's built for survival. But it doesn't mean that is the truth. The truth is, yes, it failed. Maybe with 3, maybe 5, maybe 10 exes. But it certainly cannot represent the 4 billion of women worldwide. Okay, 10 exes against 4 billion. That's why I ask you to be the scientist of your love life. Do your math, because the fact that all your relationships failed doesn't mean that it will always fail, realistically, factually. The second step to end that gender war and to reconnect with the opposite sex is stop blaming your exes. Blame separates you from the other person. You know, I know too many singles who either blame their previous partners or they simply don't have the courage to look at their past because they fear failure. And so they say, it's Suzanne's fault, it's Alice's fault, or it's Kaima's fault. And in the end, it is all women's in the world's fault. Stop the victim mentality. Because 1, it leads nowhere. It only makes you look powerless. And sincerely, that is unsexy. And second, because it spreads like a virus that infects your love life. Because the more you accumulate negative experiences, the more you reinforce that belief that dating and women aren't worth it. And the third and last step to restore your dating life is stop dating. You heard me well. And change your dating method. Okay, stop dating because you need to stop the bleed. Interrupt that cycle of failed relationships that hurt your confidence and prevent you from taking action. And start dating smartly, strategically, choosing the right people to date. So I ask you this, have the courage to look at your past. Separate the event, the failure, from your identity. And ask yourself just, if I take that relationship, what went well and what went wrong? What did I like or not? So you learn from there and you get clearer on your ideal partner. Okay, clarity is the only way to succeed on the chaotic scene of modern dating. And that's why I have created a cool tool, the Relationship Code, that helps you get clear on your ideal partner. So you stop wasting time and your energy on the wrong people and you focus on who is right. It also maps out your escape route from that modern dating mess. So check the link below. When you know what you truly want, you stop dating anyone that comes your way and you stop dating wrong. You start dating with compatibility instead of just chemistry. So in conclusion, the real problem, it's not men against women. That's a false problem and I'm having a headache. The real problem is systemic. It is society. When you understand that women are not your enemies, but on the contrary, you were meant to love each other and create together, then it's your first step to escape the modern dating matrix in which your ideal partner has been trapped. And it is the end of the gender war. Maybe you didn't start it, but it's your responsibility now. Maybe you are not the problem, but now you are the solution. So take ownership. And now that you know the problem is not gender-based, but sociological, you may wonder how the top 1% control modern dating further. Then check this video next, because this is where we delve into why modern dating is broken.